Hello and welcome back to Game 4 of GLeague 2015, the Grand Finals between LGD and CDEC Gaming. Well, it's been an interesting series so far, with CDEC now on match point. They just need one more to knock LGD out of this and claim the prize, which would be great for their confidence going forward into TI. So we'll see what they can do. We're already well into the draft, so let's see what we've got going for us. Gyrocopter, Quap, Rubik, and Winter Wyvern will be the choice for CDEC. Aggressive, taking that Gyrocopter once again. Didn't do so well with it in Game 2. Let's see if he can do a little better here in Game 4. LGD, they've gone for a Bounty Hunter first pick, again matching their Game 2 victory, and a Shadow Fiend second. So they've really held on to that Shadow Fiend choice across this entire series, even when it hasn't worked out for them. We'll have to see if they can do a little better with it this time. And Phoenix will be their choice for probably the offlaner for Yao, I'd imagine. We really didn't see it be very, very effective when CDEC ran it as a support. So, and they'll go for Dragon Knight. So very, very similar to their plan from Game 2 when they had so much success. CDEC, can they show LGD up? They've got the Queen of Pain again. This is another hero that's gone back and forth between the two teams. Shiki will be taking that. Really didn't work out for him last time he was on it. We'll see if he can do a little better this time. And Rubik will be the choice for, I believe, Q is the one who plays that. And Winter Wyvern for Garter, I believe. As far as bans go out, they banned the Pugna and the Bane. Two of the choices that LGD ran with this lineup in Game 2 with such great success. And LGD will ban the Broodmother for XC. Knowing that they don't really have the tools to deal with it this game and not wanting to face up against it, I think that's a good choice. XC, very, very comfortable on that hero, so makes a lot of sense. So CDEC, they're looking to pick up, it looks like their offlaner. What do they need? They've got pretty decent team fight and right click. They've got good control with Rubik and Winter Wyvern. Honestly, there's a lot they could go for here.
5 seconds remaining.
Tusk is banned. Spirit Breaker's banned, as is Clockwork.
Reserve time.
They'll go for Bristle. Oh, I like this choice.
Dire team pick.
So really good against the face rush style that LGD seem to want to go for here. They want to pressure towers, and well, Bristleback, a hero that when running the off lane can struggle to get online early enough. So this could be a bit of a concern for CDEC. They might actually want to consider running an aggressive try here. With Winter Wyvern, Rubik, and Bristleback, there's some very solid kill potential. And I just feel like Bristleback's going to be more effective in that position than he would be if he's run as a solo off. I will have to see if they want to go that way, but I think that'd be the right choice. And LGD, they are looking to pick up one more support. Honestly, a defensive support would be ideal. Dazzle is banned, unfortunately. That would have been a really nice choice. They could go for a Abaddon. No, that really wouldn't be that effective. There isn't a whole lot of stuff that they could remove with
Lion.
We'll go for a Lion. Okay, so just all around solid support. Can harass in lane pretty decently. Nice stun for control over on the Queen of Pain and the Gyrocopter. So both drafts, I think this is the closest to an even drafting stage I've seen in this tournament so far. We'll have to see how the game plays out. But with that said, we're into it. Game 4 of a best of 5 between CDEC and LGD here for the Grand Finals of the GLeague 2015. I'm Sindar, bit of an amateur caster, just doing this for some experience. So thanks so much for joining me. We'll run through the teams really quick. On the Radiant side, we got Shiki taking that Queen of Pain towards the mid lane. It'll be Q supporting on the Rubik. Aggressive playing his Gyrocopter. That'll leave Garter supporting on the Winter Wyvern. And finally, XC heading towards the off lane on the Bristleback. On your Dire side, it'll be Zhao Wei reprising his very successful role of Game 2 on the Bounty Hunter. It'll be Sylar taking this Shadow Fiend into the safe lane yet again. MMY will be supporting on the Lion. And that leaves maybe taking the Dragon Knight mid, and Yao playing the off lane Phoenix. So it looks like Aggressive is in the safe lane here. This could be an aggressive try. Everyone else is top, and I really do think that would be the play here. It's a good way of dealing with Sylar. He's not the greatest in a try-on-try, because he wants his experience so much, and is relatively easy to catch out on that Shadow Fiend. So it could be a really good choice. At the same time, yeah, they don't really have a lot of defensive abilities on him either, so I really hope they run it that way. Looks like it's going to be the case. Garter is already up in this top lane, and Q is just doing a bit of blocking, but should head up there as well. And Shiki, against Dragon Knight, it should be a relatively good lane for him, as long as LGD doesn't get too many rotations toward the mid lane. But that being said, Shiki really suffered in game 2 where he was up against this maybe Dragon Knight, so yeah, maybe can show us what he's got once again on this hero. And he does have Xiao Wei in the area, just doing some dewarding, so Shiki can't really be 100% confident that there isn't a bounty hunter on his ass ready to jump him. And for now, it looks like it's just going to be dual lanes for CDEC. So, not wanting to completely commit to a try, but also wanting to give Xyz a little bit of support, make sure that he can get something done in this safe lane. And honestly, Winter Wyvern plus Bristleback is a really nice combo. I believe if you're doing damage to Bristleback in the Cold Embrace, he still is able to spray out those quills, so with his ultimate. So Q taking a bit of harass from Yao, who is doing quite well for himself, already level 2. And it is a defensive try from LGD, so will they be able to pressure this Bristleback enough? Bristleback can be a real thorn in their side if he gets to a certain strength threshold before they start their 5-man death ball. As top lane, Yao could be getting caught out, lift into Rocket Barrage. He does get the dive away though. He has taken a lot of damage, but does have plenty of regen, so should be just fine. Nice attempt from the Radiant side, but not quite enough damage just yet. Oh, XZ. There are heroes rotating in, but I don't think they can kill him. Especially with the Winter Wyvern hovering behind. She has gone for Arctic Burn level 1, so doesn't have that defensive ability yet, but we'll have it in no time. And there's a nice Radiant Sentry Ward here, so they are scattering Xiao Wei's movements through. In the mid lane, Shiki, oh, nice jump, gets the courier. Well played from him, and there was no bottle on it, fortunately for maybe, but that's still a very nice gold influx for the Radiant side. And now Blink Dagger up in 3. Yeah, Owl's got to be a little careful here as Rubik does rotate in with a double down Dream Pop, no less, but that'll be the end of it. So nice snipe from Shiki. I was wondering what he was doing blinking back so aggressively, but yeah, that'll really hamper maybe in this mid lane because he's been relying on the bottle crowing, and he won't be able to do that anymore for the next minute or so at least. So puts him in a really nice position. You know, in the jungle, Xiao Wei stalking Q. Gonna just mess with his pull here. And now he's gonna look to harass him a little bit. I don't think he can go for a kill here, but can just be a general nuisance and not let Q get what he wants out of this jungle. Gets him about down to half health, but nothing will come of that further. XZ continuing to pressure very aggressively in the Dire top lane. He is interrupting the pull, getting the last hit on that. Very nice for him. And he is getting his levels. He's level 3.5. Has 600 gold, so he'll have those power treads online at a relatively decent time, it looks like. And, well, LGD, they look like they want to get something done here, but Yao may be the one in trouble as Xiao Wei taking a lot of damage. They catch him out. He's under vision, and he should fall here. That'll be your first blood going the way of Q. Yao very low as well now. He does have dive away, so should be okay. But little awkward, just walked through just at the wrong time and didn't realize there was sentry vision there. So he gets caught out. That's a nice little influx of gold for Rubik, who now has his boots online, and actually he had before, which enabled them to get that kill. And now Yao very low, still sticking around though. And they want aggressive, but oh, he's got a rotation coming in from maybe. This will be an easy kill. He goes for Yao, trying to clean him up, and he will get him. So ends up being a 1-for-1. Nicely played from aggressive, realizing he was dead, but going for the counter kill. And Yao just a little too close. So very nice pickup from him, although that does get maybe a nice little gold influx And of course, Gyrocopter securing the kill first means he gets the experience for that, so. Won't be too sad. Turns a gank, what would have been a really nice gank from LGD, back his way just a little bit. And, well, maybe back in the mid lane. This mid lane matchup is going a lot better for Shiki this time around. He's 30-10 against the 22-3 maybe, and is able to just do a little more. I feel like there's maybe slightly less rotations for the Dragon Knight, but whatever it is, it's certainly favoring the Quap here, and maybe he's rotated into the off lane here. They actually find Q. I don't know what he was doing up there. And they clean up the gyro. Actually, that was a deep dive that is punished very, very heavily from LGD. Getting a 2 for there. And yeah, the Radiant didn't even get a kill there, I don't think. Did they kill the bounty? Still, definitely not worth. So, Shiki, still your last hit leader. Gyrocopter's doing okay as well, but that second death really hurts him a lot and sets him back quite a bit as far as items go. He's doing okay for himself, going for that Ring of Aquila. But Bristleback, what's he at right now? Invisibility. 24-2 actually, so he's almost matching the Shadow Fiend. It's been a very good lane for XC. And his team needs him to come online early, so that works out just perfectly for them. On LGD's side, though, what are they going for? Zhao 8, he's a little poor. Has died twice, but is still being able to help out his team a little bit, as maybe now looking to pressure this tower in the mid. Shiki did rotate to get that rune, and that'll cost him some tower damage. Oh, they fortified right away, so maybe not. But Zhao 8 is rotated around behind the tower. Maybe looking for a courier here? Not gonna find it. Shiki playing nice and defensively in the trees. Won't get caught out, and they end up not getting that much tower damage out, honestly. And now Garter's back up here with XZ in this off lane. MMY rotating through. He doesn't have his 6 yet, so can't really set up for Sylar that hard. And well, it's 3 for 5, 7 minutes in, but still not the most aggressive early stage from either of these teams. That seems to be how they like to play. As that being said, Hex comes out on the XC. He is getting a lot of damage, but the Cold Embrace comes out. Now Shiki's jumped in. Are they going to be able to clean up Sylar before he TPs out? No, but they will get the Lion, though. So, nice rotation from Shiki. Cleans that one up. And, well, in mid lane, Q just using the opportunity to get a bit of safe lane farm. And taking a look at the net worth, it is definitely favoring... Actually... very, very close. About 500 in the favor of CDEC, and I think the more important thing is the dire supports are really, really struggling. Lion only with 700 net worth here at the 8-minute mark, and that's a bit of a problem. He really wants a little more than that, and Rubik and Winter Wyvern are both getting quite a bit out of this. The offlane disparity is also pretty massive, as Bristleback a good 600 ahead of the Phoenix, and also higher in level as well. He's 6.5 compared to Yao, who's only just 6. Not the biggest deal in the world, but I mean, we're looking at a lineup. Remember, in Game 2, LGD really took advantage early and were able to knock down towers at a tremendous pace once Dragon Knight hit 6. Well, he's 8 now, and they still haven't taken 1. And now, maybe Sylar is in trouble as Blink Forward Lift comes out onto Sylar, and Aggressive is here as well. That's going to be a nice pick on the Shadow Fiend, who was your last hit leader, I believe. Not anymore. And now they'll be able to pressure this tower, so it's CDEC who are going to get the tower pressure out earlier against the Dragon Knight lineup. That's very nice for them, and XZ with that, he's starting to get pretty scary. Got his boots online, and as they do catch out the Winter Wyvern, and they're looking to go for a little tower pressure of their own. CDEC, are they going to go back to defend? It looks like it. XZ can handle it by himself. Phoenix jumps in, doesn't have the egg just yet, I don't think. No, she does. They won't throw it. XZ trying to defend while his team gets the top tier one, and will be able to hold it 1v3, so very nice from him as LGD's forced off and have lost their own tier 1. CDEC sticking around, just going to rotate through the jungle, clean it up a little bit. Well, they do have pressure out onto the bottom tier 1 from Sylar and Xiao 8, so may look to rotate through, or they may look to just pressure the mid on their own, as they do have heroes in the area. Shiki is available to jump onto maybe, but he's a really hard kill, and they don't have anyone in the area. They'll just TP back and defend the tier 1 instead. Aggressive gonna clean that up. He's gotta be a little careful here. Raise 1 hits. They'll fall back, but Xiao 8 is nearby. Can he clean this up? There are lots of heroes rotating in from the Radiant, or the Dire side. Call down comes out. Will miss Xiao 8, and now Aggressive is screwed. The call down does a little bit of damage, but with that huge rotation from LGD, he will fall, and they'll be able to claim this tier 1 now. CDEC, they'll put out some pressure on the tier 1 themselves, but they're a little slower at pressuring than LGD is, so should be a trade slightly favoring LGD. Actually, they'll fully retreat. They get the tier 1, Shadow Fiend cleans it up, and now Maybe's here. Does he have Dragon Form? He does not for 10 seconds, so won't be able to get any kills here, but certainly can. Oh, he's lifted. He may get caught out. No. Winter's Curse isn't available yet, which could have really helped a little bit. Now, there still are a lot of LGD heroes in the Radiant jungle, maybe looking to rotate through to the mid lane. If they find a pickoff, they can easily claim this tower and get themselves ahead on tower count. Looks like they're not going to go for that play. Not sure what the vision situation is in the Dire jungle, not wanting to walk in a trap. They don't really have vision. It's XZ getting a nice stack of Ancients here. Getting very, very low, but we'll be okay. It's unfortunate that he's so low just now, though, because LGD, they want this tower. And it is glitched, but that shouldn't only delay the inevitable. I don't think the CDEC are looking to defend here. They look for some picks on the way out. No, not going to be the case. Not with Bristleback still in base. That'll be the end of it, so 2-for-1 tower advantage going the way of the Dire. That's to be expected, given that they do have that Dragon Knight. And now it looks like they'll rotate maybe into the Roche Pit, or maybe through to try and find Aggressive, who smartly is TPing out. He's going for, it looks like, a Sanjin Yasha. Already got the Belt of Giant Strength just for a little early HP. Now he's going back for the Yasha. So as far as net worth goes, LGD has taken the edge. It's now about a 1,500 lead for them. As far as XP, still in CDEC's favor by about 1,000. And now the snowball kind of gets rolling for LGD. They're moving around the map, taking towers, pressuring CDEC at all turns.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, CDEC, can they hold out? Can they get their cores to a position where they can defend these pushes a little more effectively? Because they've really struggled so far to make decent holds, and they're going to need to do it now, as there's a 4-hero rotation into the bottom lane for LGD, wanting this tier 2 bot, and, well, they got the egg online for the Phoenix. They have Dragon Form available. XZ is tracked up. This could be really scary for him. Are they going to jump in on him? He's stunned up. They're going to go, no, nice stun coming up from line, but it misses, and Cold Embrace to keep XZ healthy. They need him to fight right now. They both move it, clearing out the creep waves just a bit, as well as that Arctic Burn, but Cheeky ready with the jump in, but maybe he's a little too tanky. He's in the front line, and he's actually almost finished up at BKB, only about 300 gold away from it, so. Well, LGD want to pressure. It looks like they're waiting for their creep wave. And if CDEC can hold here, they'll be in a really good place, but if they can't, even if, especially if they lose a hero or two, they could be in a bit of trouble. With that dragon, with Breathe Fire stolen from Q, though, they can clean up the creep wave very, very quickly, and maybe you'll just get a little bit more harass onto it, and then just back
Dire's
off.
middle tower is under attack.
They realize they're spending a little too much time, or not really enough. With the Breathe Fire, CDEC could have held that for a very long time, continuing to wipe up the creep wave, so. LGD will back. That tower push doesn't really work out for them, but they did force all of CDEC down there, except for Aggressive, who has been able to get a little bit of farm going. That Yasha is online from now, and they get the Dunlai on their mid, so preventing a bit of gold going CDEC's way, but it does still limit their map control just a little bit. Now they looking for more kills here. Xiaowei not been as effective here as he was in game 2. Rotating a lot to try and scout things out, but hasn't really been able to find much. Only 0, 2, and 2 on him. That being said, though, they may be able to scout out. He walks over a sentry ward, and Aggressive doing a little baiting. There's the call down. LGD will be able to lose their bounty hunter as Aggressive cleans that up. And although at the same time, the Queen of Pain fell in the Radiant area. Very unfortunate. Not really the trade they were looking for, but at least they do manage to get something out of it. So, if you're a CDEC fan, you're getting a little worried here. This is starting to get a little out of control. And I mean, the Dragon Knight Shadow Fiend combo, we've seen it work out so well, and Aggressive, until he gets that BKB up, there's really not a whole lot he can do against the damage that can come out from these heroes. He is very, very squishy for all the damage he can put out, and well, Dragon Knight has a BKB, and Shadow Fiend, well, he's a little away from one. So that's at least a saving grace, but he does have the mech online. So the team fight from LGD is in a very scary place, and XC, even though he did very well for himself in the lane, he wasn't able to really make his presence known in that last team fight. So tracked up now, getting what farm he can. Take a look at XP. That's still in CDEC's favor, but only just by a very little bit, 500. And the gold lead continues to plummet, going LGD's way. That graph just going straight down. So continuing to build an edge, and now this nice ward, is it in range of the sentry? Oh, it isn't. So they got to use 2. Oh, they won't get it. That's really unfortunate. So a camp that Aggressive would love to be able to farm up, but isn't going to be able to do so. It's a minor loss, but blowing 2 sentries and not getting a D ward never feels good. Now, XC tracked up. There are 3 heroes in the area. Maybe is being scouted though, and so is Xiaowei. I think he walked in range of that sentry. So CDEC do move heroes into the area in response, looking to hold this tower. And LGD do know they're here. XC did walk back. He is tracked up, so they did have vision around him. And LGD is bringing in the whole crew. They want this tower. Shiki doing what we can to pressure in the top lane. I imagine he'll TP back if they get a decent engage. But for now, just looking to do some quick push. As Jump comes forward onto XC, his back is turned, and the Winter's Curse comes out on the mate. He's taking huge damage. The call down is there as well. And maybe glimmered away. BKB popped, so he is fine. Nice disengage for them. And that's actually a little unfortunate. That's a couple of very big spells blown from CDEC, who now don't have them, and LGD are completely fine to re-engage. They've healed back up fully. And blink forward onto XC yet again. He's taken massive damage, will fall to the last finger of death as Sylar gets the Requiem off. They'll find Q as well. With that, they'll be able to take down this tower. Glyph comes out, just going to delay the inevitable. And the LGD snowball is officially underway. There's a Blink Dagger for MMY. They may look to go into the Roche Pit here, as they do have the tools to take it down. Glimmer Cape online for Yao as well. Nice from him. They're going to fake back. They smoke S3, wanting to catch a hero farming this wave. It looks like Sylar's not going to... Oh, they smoked under this ward, so... Radiant not going to fall for it, fortunately for them. And LGD will just back off in the end. They do TP up to top under the cover of smoke, but Aggressive, he doesn't want to stick around. He does have that Sanjin Yasha finished at last, and will be working on a BKB now. And if he can get that out at a decent time, CDEC's team fights might be going a little better for them, but... Just maybe Dragon Knight is such an issue. Now, they do catch out Xiaowei. So this Bounty Hunter continues to not really do much this game. 0, 4, and 3. He really hasn't had the same impact that he did in Game 2. And those tracks are, of course, always nice, but you want a little more from a Bounty Hunter. He can't just be for the tracks. He's got to get something else done as well. Otherwise, there's other heroes you'd rather have for that role. Shiki, he's gone. He's working on an Orchid, it looks like, but with the game state, you're wondering if maybe he's going to change his mind and go back for something else here. He has saved up quite a bit of gold. 1,700 would give him another Oblivion Staff, I believe. Not going for it just yet. Garter also very poor. So, I mean, we're talking about in the early stages how the Dire supports were getting outclassed. Now it's Radiant supports as they do catch out XC. He's going to be in trouble. Nice Sunray doing percentage health damage on him. So as we hear, he's going to fall. TP's coming in, but it's not going to be enough. And Sylar and the rest of LGD will be able to pressure this tower now. Rotation's forced to no avail. Garter comes in, but he's only got Tranquils. He does have his level 7, but not a whole lot he can do. With that Bristle kill, with this tower defeat, LGD in very good position going forward. And they'll now take the biggest lead of the game, now looking at about 6k. And it just feels like CDEC can't really get much done here. They're trying to farm, but they're being out-farmed. They can't really push. And, I mean, as far as holding out for late game, I think LGD have them outclassed. You don't want to be fighting into a Shadow Fiend who's 4 or 5 slotted, a Dragon Knight who's the same. And I mean, a Phoenix, oh, jump in, comes out on a Shiki. He may fall here, gets caught out, wrapped around on by LGD. And now Q in trouble yet again, gonna fall here. May take a little while, but they do get the track out. Finger of Death even committed, actually, and that's an unstoppable streak for Maybe. He's going for Sanjin Yasha of his own. Could be a Manta style, actually, to help with those pushes. But LGD firmly in control of this game at this point, and looking to put that forward even more by securing the Aegis, which they should be able to do with absolutely no trouble here. And with an Aegis on Sylar, Tier 3 pressure is a problem. It's gonna come sooner rather than later if they pick up this Aegis, which they will do so. No way that CDEC can contest. Garter doing what he can, split pushing the top, but... Well, it looks like we're going to a Game 5, folks, as CDEC not going to be able to do a lot against LGD. I mean, I don't want to call it too early. They do have a very strong teamfight heroes, but Sylar, with that BKB and Aegis now in line, feels like they're not going to be able to have... it just feels the same way that it did in Game 2, where once the Shadow Fiend and the Dragon Knight pop their BKBs, it just feels like CDEC don't have anything against them. Maybe if the Bristleback was a little more farmed, but he still doesn't even have a mech yet, which is what he's working on. In the meantime, LGD will just walk up, claim a Tier 2 tower, and with that Aegis online, I wouldn't be surprised to see them press further. CDEC huddling inside their base, not able to do anything about it. They'll look to fight now, but if they don't take a good fight here, it's basically over. They're pretty good at clearing out the creep wave, so that's good. Oh, blink forward from Maybe. They catch XC yet again. Won't embrace on him. Is it going to save him? No. The Requiem's going to finish him off. Now Sylar locked in place, but he's got a BKB popped. He's absolutely fine, and Bristle down for 40 seconds. No buyback. This should be a Tier 3, if not more. Another blink forward. Egg comes out from the Phoenix. Aggressive going to lose his life as well. Instantly buys back, but the Quap is dead as well, and she does not have a buyback. That's going to be a Tier 3, almost certainly a lane of racks. Aggressive doing what he can now. Without that BKB, he's just so vulnerable to the damage and the control coming out from LGD. And, well, Fort comes out. And LGD will back for now. Are they going to back fully? It looks like they will. So, not going to overcommit. Oh, it seems a little curious, honestly, with Queen of Pain still in the grave. They could have taken that down, but not wanting to risk it. Gonna play safe, and Bristleback does finish that mech now, but 23 minutes in, that's really not the timing you want. And this hero, honestly, not the greatest mech carrier. He does really struggle with mana. And he doesn't really have items to support that mech use. He's gonna be able to throw it out and then not be able to do too much else in the fight. Which is really not what they need him for. They need that physical DPS. And so all these BKBs on the Dire side. And Aggressive will finally pick up. No, he only gets the recipe. He still needs that last component. He's a little ways away from it, doing what he can, but push is coming in, and he's not going to have time for much else. Q sticking around to D-Ward. That's not the play. He gets caught with a blink stun from Maybe. That ward was really not worth your life, my friend. And well, him in the grave for another 28 seconds. really hard to see how CDEC can possibly defend this. Tower will fall. Not even focusing a single Rax, just going for both of them, realizing that CDEC can't contest them. Oh, it's rough times for CDEC because they can't contest this. XZ is tracked up, so they know exactly where he is. They're going to rotate immediately to the bottom lane and look to claim a second lane. The Rubik is online, but even with him, how are they going to get into this? Actually, blink forward onto Garter. He's tracked up, will fall, buys back instantly, lift onto MMY. They do clean him up. Will they be able to get any follow-up? They need at least 2 or 3 more kills for this to be an anyway decent hold. Fall down comes out. Sylar popping the Requiem, but Aggressive does have his BKB now. Winter's Curse out onto Sylar, holding him in place. He's never caped up. Sonic Wave comes over the top. Should be able to clean him up. That's only the Aegis, though, and Yao looking to get away. Stolen dive from Q. Finishes him off at the last second, and now they'll be able to claim Sylar, I believe. Lift onto him. He finally does fall. That's no heroes dying for CDEC, and they're going to get Xiao Wade as well. Very, very needed fight. Beautiful hold. They do clean up 4, including the Aegis, but at what a cost. They did lose their mid laner Rax 25 minutes into the game. Still, much needed hold from them, and that's about a 4.5k gold swing. So absolutely 100% needed. That BKB timing from Aggressive couldn't have come out more appropriately. And well, with that, Roche is being circled, but he's not available, and they should know that. He did fall relatively recently, so. Shiki does have that Orchid online, and can now start working on probably a BKB, I think, is going to be the play here. I mean, that does neuter him quite effectively, but I don't think he's going to have the time to go for an Ags here. I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference as far as price of those 2 items goes, but he's pretty far behind. Gyrocopter at least doing okay for himself, but he is still 4k behind the Dragon Knight, even with that wonderful fight for them. So a bit of an uptick, but we're looking at an uptick into 15,000 gold, so even not the biggest deal. LGD still firmly in command of this game with that Rax advantage, and CDEC, they'll go for smoke play. They want to turn this one fight into... Oh no! Garter! What are you doing, man? Breaks the smoke. And with that misplay, they've got it back. That's a smoke wasted. And LGD come charging right back down the mid lane. Looking to rotate into bottom, I'd imagine, where the creep wave is nice and pushed up for them. And maybe is just out of control here. 8-0-6 on him. He's not died yet this game. BKB Blink, Sanjin Yasha, and another 3k up on him. Could go for an Assault Cuirass next. I think that would be a really nice choice. With the siege strategy they've got playing. No, he'll go for a Heart instead. So looking to just tank up, be that frontliner for his team, do all their damage, and CDEC blow another smoke. They really want to get a kill here, but it's so hard, and LGD, it looks like they suspect. They are grouped up, nicely hiding in the trees. Xiao Wei is available to scout. Do the Radiant have a gem? They do not. Just one set of dust, so if they get spotted out, that's Strug City for the Radiant side, and it looks like they won't fall into the trap, but that's yet another smoke wasted, and they get nothing out of it. Do they have any more? Not on them. They do have one left in stock, but these keep not working out, so Tracker comes out on XE. He's got to be wary of that blink in from the Dragon Knight, that instant stun. And the tower is half health. LGD want it, and they should be able to claim it. I don't think that CDEC are going to be looking to fight here. Although maybe they are. XE blink forward onto maybe. They catch Garter. That's a much bigger kill as he's instantly blown up. Aggressive jumps in with the call down and the Sonic Wave over the top. Nice from them, but he has taken a lot of damage. He's got to retreat, and Requiem is popped. LGD still very healthy. They've only lost their Phoenix, and they've taken down 2 on the side of CDEC. They'll pressure this tower, and Aggressive doesn't have a BKB charge, so he can't re-engage. Stolen track, though, from Q. Very nice for him. But it won't stop LGD from claiming the tower. And, well, with that, they'll back. Not wanting to get a bit too aggressive. They do have 1 down. And that is the egg, so that's a very big part of their team fight. Aggressive It's a rough game to be a gyrocopter, man. So much of his damage at this point is still magic, and those BKBs just completely, once again, negating CDEC's teamfight prowess. And again, the gyrocopter pick, as early as it was, knowing that LGD like playing this style, I really would have liked to see, if they were going to go for that, at least maybe consider a ban on the Dragon. I don't know. Like, it just seems LGD is so effective at running this strat. Mind you, it didn't work for them one game, but CDEC not playing well enough in the lanes to be able to go up against this lineup with any sort of effectiveness, and they're just being out-farmed here now. They're going to go for yet another smoke towards the Roche pit, maybe. Where LGD already are with a double damage rune up on Baby. They gotta move now if they want to get there in time. Medallion is up. They're heading there, but there is a ward. It is being pinged. Okay, it goes down, but did it see the smoke? Looks like it did, because Xiaowei and the rest of LGD are backing out of the pit. CDEC are coming at it from an interesting angle, though. They may be able to catch Xiaowei out here. Will they be able to do so? No smoke broken yet, though. Will be any second. Q breaks it. And actually, the blink instantly comes out onto Q. There's the Glimmer Cape, though, and Winter's Curse onto Maybe. He's in a bit of trouble now. His BKB is helping him stay alive for now. Requiem is going to come out from Sylar. Doesn't really do that much. Still only Q who's dead. Maybe has taken a lot of damage. And the egg will go off without really doing much, but they do catch Garter on the backside. He falls. 2 for 0. And Shiki has arrived. Actually, they've jumped back in. XC doing what he can, but he's taken a lot of damage, and looks like they may be able to clean up MMY. Is that going to be enough, though? I don't think it is. Maybe doing work. Blinks in onto Aggressive, stuns him up. That's going to be a team wipe. Godlike for Maybe. And GG is called. That's it. 26-13. LGD even things up. We're going to a game 5, people. And I'm pretty bummed. We'll see if CDEC can hold on, or if LGD will end up showing CDEC what their position in this tournament is. Game 5 coming right up in just a couple minutes. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.